This is the most powerful piece of technology we have ever seen. This is Clawdbot, named now Moltbot. I'm going to show you how as a student you can make the best use of it, how I use it every single day, because it is like a 24/7 employee in your hands, and it's basically giving full freedom to the computer you deploy it to. You can deploy it to a VPS, virtual private server, on AWS, Oracle Cloud Network. I'm going to show you how to set it up for free. Some people are spending $600 or even $300 on a Mac Mini if you want to give it access to your Apple ecosystem, which is very dangerous. I don't recommend. So that's why today I'm going to show you the free way to deploy it, plus one of the best use cases. First of all, I want to actually show you what it is, how I use it every single day. So this is my Claude Bot. It's not hosted on my Mac Mini. It's hosted on some EC2, AWS or Oracle. I'm going to show that later. But right now, how it is useful for me is in 5 cases. Number one, I am applying for jobs as a software developer, and I want to create the best videos possible. I want to maintain my newsletter. If I create one day, I want to post tweets, LinkedIn posts. I want to do all of that, and I share it with Clawdbot, and let me tell you what it does. So I ask it, give me my morning brief, and then it has access to web search. So then it searches based on my profession. It has a unlimited memory. It has 48 GB storage, so it knows everything about me. It, number one, gives me creator trends. It talks about on Twitter what trends are popping up. So it tells me if I have to make video on study abroad, I should make. If I have to start from scratch as a student, junior dev, international student, I could make a video like that. I could steal the system. This is a hook I can use. Number two, I can make videos on study abroad, of course, or software development. Number three, it gives me long form plus short form content ideas, these 2 ideas. Number two, it tracks some of the competitive content creators on Twitter. These are some of my competitors on Twitter who are talking about AI. So it lists them down and tells me what trends are happening with these. Number three, I am looking for jobs. I told it. Now it is actually based on my profile, because I told it about my YouTube, my LinkedIn. It scraped all of that data. I put it on text files on this computer. Based on that, it decided that developer relations role would be great, because it's mix of software development plus content creation as well, which can be used by the company I get hired at. So it gives me some DevRel roles at these 5 companies and some Silicon Valley news. Now, next thing what I do is ask it, hey, of course, there's a checklist too. Give me the links of all the job applications plus answers for those questions. So to create this training set, I want to share that while I was applying for jobs, I have some set of question answers that I answer. I gave it those question answers, and based on that, it gives me links for all those jobs. Of course, these are the data that is saved here: GitHub, Twitter, LinkedIn, country, city where I am, and then the positions plus the answers. For example, why do you want to work at Arise? Arise is solving the hardest problem of real world AI. I always type like concise. It is in my style. It answers all of those questions, which doesn't seem like AI. It's giving one of the most accurate answers, I'll say again, because if I compare this with ChatGPT, it comes nowhere close, or just with Claude. So why this developer relations role? It tells me, hey, this is something I already do. I build AI tools and I make YouTube videos on them, and I make demos, etc. And then about my relevant experience, it knows what kind of applications, RAG-based system I worked at Microsoft, NCR, my work experience, Android, iOS, and I'm based in Bay Area. So based on that, what I can do is I can just copy all of those job positions plus answers. I'm going to copy this answer with 5 job positions plus answers, and I'm going to click on Claude. So unfortunately, this is on AWS. It has limited browser use abilities. I'm going to, on my Mac, open Claude, paste the entire data, and ask it, hey, apply. This is, by the way, Haiku model by Claude. This is the Claude extension for Chrome. I'll say apply for all of these jobs with the answer. So basically it has all the answer. There's a simplify Chrome extension which does as well, but you don't need to pay $40 per month for that extension. Just with Claude extension, with the basic haiku model, you can just hit enter and then magically it will open each job position, apply, and answer the questions based on what you have copied here. Of course, you could have done with ChatGPT as well, but this has one of the most fine-tuned storage. I have given everything about me, so it's controlling my Chrome browser. This is, by the way, Dia browser, so it's controlling it. So all right, wait, let me hide my phone number. I'm going to blur it. So approve plan. So it's going to go to those 5 websites and allow this action. Now it's first going to this job board from Greenhouse, and I'm going to let it control. So it's going to click on apply. So it's on the first job position. It's asking me for permission, and I'm going to say always allow for actions like this. I have enabled notifications on Claude, so once it's done, it'll notify me. It's filling the application. There's a lot to blur for me. My email, phone number, I'm going to make sure I blur it. And yeah, resume is uploaded here because this is Greenhouse. Greenhouse has my profile, and the questions that were not saved, Claude is answering for me. Are you based in SF, legally authorized to work? It's answering it, and most importantly, while it's filling, let me tell you one of the coolest question I saw it answering. There's a question popular on job applications: if you're human, leave this blank. Plus summarize this job application. Claude was smart enough to leave that blank. I was amazed when I saw that. Okay, now this application is done. I am gonna put in my OTP. So this is requiring an OTP to confirm I'm human, and then application will be done. This is mind blowing. Of course, there is some work needed. Haiku has notifications I've turned on. So whenever it needs me, it can ping me. But I can multitask. I can vibe code on the side. I could swipe TikTok, which I don't. I could vibe code. I can make videos while it's working. So a lot of things you have leverage to. You don't need to manually fill applications. I think one day if you deploy Clawdbot to a Mac Mini, and if you expose to your browsers, Chrome, Brave, I think that might be able to apply for it. But I chatted with Clawdbot. I was like, hey, are you able to fill the application and apply for me? It said that I cannot impersonate. So with a browser assistant like Claude, that's not impersonating. This is acting as an assistant. But if you give that Clawdbot impersonating permissions, that's dangerous. That's not allowed on Clawdbot. For now, that's what I chatted with. Now the question comes, how can you make the best use of Clawdbot or Clawdbot? I think there are multiple use cases. I'm going to go back to Clawdbot. So here, or Clawdbot, here I'm going to show you instances, plus I'm going to show you, most importantly, cron jobs. I have 3 cron jobs, and I didn't do it in Ubuntu with bash command. All I did was, hey, I want to know about every day at 6:30 a.m. Let me show you how it. Now, let me tell you the number one automation I've done. I've created this cron job because this computer, on wherever it's hosted, it runs 24/7. First thing I asked was, hey, give me some popular study abroad trends. So popular study abroad creators, one of my favorite, Partvijavargia, Murad, I misspelled, I'm sorry, but Nidhi and other similar creators. I want to know about viral hooks, ideas, what are they working on, and some ideas from them. So it literally does web search, a lot of things. This is like a cron job. It's going to happen every day 6:30 p.m. and it's showing me what it's doing to run it. And then 6:30 p.m. when it happens, I'm going to scroll, a lot of web search activities, and it's all for free with Brave Search API. It basically, when you set it up, it shows you. I'm going to show you how it as well. And now in the end, it actually says I cannot scrape each creator's latest YouTube, Instagram feed in this environment. Browser is blocked. Channels pages don't render HTML extractions. So I'm combining a concrete viral example from news plus macro trends. So basically, it's getting the information about creators from news. It's not able to scrape properly their YouTube. You need like Grok API for Twitter, which I have connected, YouTube API for YouTube, and like Instagram API for Instagram. So it's not as easy. So a lot of API integrations, once they're available, you will be able to do it better. So right now, it's basically this video from Parth was very popular. So it went on news feeds of this creator, whatever that was viral that went into news, it got it. So of course, this is just web search at the moment, but web search is so popular right now that whatever creator videos that are going on mainstream media, it's able to give me trends based on that. And it's pretty good ideas like return on investment. You saw my morning brief as well. It's pretty good. You can make video on visa delays, etc. So a lot of study abroad content, a lot of software development content. Next thing that it is able to do it, which is from Twitter. I've connected the Grok API. So all the trends that I learned from Twitter are actually real. So I think if you have time, go ahead and connect all the APIs you can. YouTube, Instagram, but if it was Mac Mini, you would have to do less work, but connect all the APIs and it'll basically work for you overnight, give you all trends, not just web, but also all the social medias. Even if it's like fake email, fake Gmail, you can connect to, it will do for you. So it's more work on Ubuntu, which is the terminal I'm using, but on Mac Mini it's less work. That's why people are spending $600 on buying Mac Mini. So similarly, I have 3 sets of cron jobs, one for job positions, one for study abroad content, one for software development content. I've set it out on Clawdbot. Next use case for me is that I am actually able to ask questions and it remembers every single answer. I showed you a couple of questions that I fill for job positions, and the first time I go to Clawdbot, not any AI, not OpenAI, I cannot trust it. This has the most refined piece of information I could imagine because it knows most about me, because it has my resume, it has all my YouTube channel, my GitHub, my code, my projects, everything pulled up. That's what I did when I started Clawdbot. I asked it, hey, to understand me, have every information about me, and it automatically saves in those .md files. There is learning.md file, it continuously tries to learn. So I think it's very powerful and every person needs to set it up. Now the question comes how to set it up. I personally went to Oracle Cloud. So Oracle free instance, I'm going to show you how to set it up. So Oracle free instance is like lifetime free. So it gives you 300 cloud credit you will have for first 30 days. After that, it's pay as you go. But, and most importantly, my favorite part, it will still continue to run for lifetime with always free services enabled VM. So if you use always free VM, it will be always free for you. You don't have to pay anything. So I went to start for free. I created a VM. Of course, there's some learning curve. You create a VM, connect with SSH on port 2022. Number 2 I did was enable security. I only allowed my IP address of my computer to be authenticated with that VM. There are a lot of security vulnerabilities coming in because this Clawdbot opens on only one kind of port, which is, it's called 18789. So this Clawdbot instance only opens on 18789. So that's why you really need to be careful. When you open that port, you need to make sure that only your system is allowed. Next thing I did was connected to a Telegram bot. So I can open Telegram, and on my Telegram bot, I can send a message. I can, before going to bed, I can ask it, hey, build me an app, and it actually will on that system push it to GitHub. I can connect to GitHub API or give it a fake GitHub account, which is not mine, because I won't trust AI giving my real GitHub account, real Gmails, real API keys as much. I have given, of course, with limit some API keys where I don't have my real credit card. I have some debit cards with limit set up. So I let it overnight code some creative buddy tool or some creative tool for me, such as Final Cut Pro extension for adding captions. And when I wake up, that app would be ready for me to review, and I just need to check out the PR and it'll be merged. Show you. So Claude, the application is, if you hit on usage, it resets every 2 to 4 hours. So it has limit of, like, I think it's very bad with limits. I think it only gives you few credits, and with overnight agent working for you, what you can do is it'll code for you in first 4 hours as much it can, and when the limits expire, it'll code again. So that's the benefit of, you don't need to like actively worry about credits. The agent running in the background would do it for you. Of course, there are a lot of trust issues. I don't know how much you will trust with your API keys. Always have some guardrails, because this agent is running proactively. If there is any data breach, your credit cards, if they are like freely added to these API keys, they could be in danger. So I've added as many guardrails as possible. I've used privacy.com. That is a website where you can create debit cards with limits like $20, $30 per year, so that you don't get charged thousands of dollars. Number two I have done is I have checked my platform.openai. I instead of using my Claude API because it's so expensive, I used OpenAI because it's at least cheaper than Claude. So I went to dashboard and I can show you I have added like $20 worth of credits, and let me show you how much I used today. So I have set limits in API key usage, that is $10 a day, and today I spent only $2 and 4 million input tokens were given. Output tokens, let's see, output tokens for 77,000, but 4 million input tokens I gave, and it's pretty good deal. Before that I had some other API, but $2 a day and 4 million input tokens, infinite memory, all of this data will be saved. It's pretty good. I mean, all I'm spending is basically $2 first day, and later on I think it's going to be $1 a day, so $30 per month. My OCI cloud network is free at the moment. I think it's pretty good deal. $30 per month, full-time employee. Even if you do not get Oracle OCI VM, you can pay for a VM on, I think it's called Hertzner. It gives you for $5 very powerful VM. You can use this VM called this cloud VM. It's pretty good. It has more than 2 GB RAM. That's all you need. 2 GB RAM minimum to run Claude Code, and $6 to $7 plus OpenAI credits of I think $20 to $30 per month. It's very decent cost of having something this powerful with infinite memory, which is gonna code for you overnight. I think everyone should try, and especially for job applications, it's one of the most useful thing I've seen. I can ask it overnight, every day, think of jobs that are useful for me, scrape them for me actively using web search, which is connected to it, and it'll do it for me and give it in my morning report, one of the most important jobs that I should consider, because it knows my resume very, very well, and my LinkedIn, my Twitter, every single thing. So what do you all think? And you should try it out. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.